welcome to this week's show. Now this week on the show we're going to do something really pretty different than what we normally do. And that is probably going to something that you probably don't even think about when you're playing. A lot of times in past shows I've said that experience will be your best guide. And yeah, that's right. But I've never really talked about how to learn from experience. A lot of people say that the school of hard knocks is the best way to learn. I say the best way to learn is to teach yourself something. Every game of paintball that you play is a learning experience, and you can learn from it using different techniques. One of the techniques that I like to do is visualization techniques. Now, if you don't really know what visualization techniques are, in your mind, think of an elephant. Now, right immediately, you kind of have a picture of what an elephant is, so you can, in your mind, picture an elephant. Now try to picture a pink elephant. Some of you it's easier than others. Alright, a pink elephant wearing sunglasses being worshipped. Okay, went too far. Hang on, back up a sec. Visualization techniques are also often called guided imagery, because what you're doing is you're using your imagination to basically create a really cool movie in which you can play a scene over and over again in your mind. So, for example, let's take my little ill-fated run over there. Now, I know where the guy was that I was shooting at, and I know what I was trying to accomplish, but it didn't work. So using visualization techniques, I can go back into the parking lot and try to figure out, well, what would have happened if I'd have done this? What if I'd have shot at the guy? What if I'd have tried a different bunker? What if I could have gotten a teammate of mine to help me out?
Jim, I'll give you cover. Go
These are all the variables that you play with in your mind before you actually get back on the field and play again. Plus, while you're playing this game in your mind, you can do things like rewind, you can slow it down, you can see every detail of what you want to be doing, how you want the other person to react, what you want everything to be happening on the field. It's just playing with it in your mind. Now, before you laugh about this, the United States Air Force Blue Angels do this before every flight. Almost every professional athlete does this before every game. I think they're onto something myself. It's kind of like playing pretend, except you're not like running around going bang, bang, bang. Although wouldn't that be fun? Now, last week on the show I talked about improvisation as well. Now, improvisation is a great thing, but you use the visualization techniques to practice these skills in your mind. Okay, yeah, sure, you can't plan for some of that stuff, but if up here you're pretty much ready for everything, then it's just a matter of coming out here and performing the skills. It's been said that paintball is 75% mental and only 25% physical. Well, if that's the case, you need to get something to prime this for play. So, you visualize. You figure out, well, this is the move I want to make. I want to try to make it to this bunker. I want to try to shoot this guy off the break. I want to try to do this. I want to try to do that. You do all that in your mind before the game begins. Then when you get out here, it's second nature. All you have to do is play. And how cool is that? Now, another thing that you can do is you can keep a logbook or a journal of some kind. It doesn't have to be anything fancy. You just kind of keep track of like where you're getting hit, how often you're getting hit, and like the circumstances surrounding why you got hit, and even stuff like, you know, your mood, how you thought the day went, things like that. All these things can affect your performance on the field. So long term, how does this help you out? Well, if you start noticing patterns, then you can start breaking the patterns. Like I was talking about last week with the improv stuff, once you know the patterns that are getting you eliminated, you need to break those patterns and try something different. So if you find yourself like getting hit on the left shoulder a lot, that means that you're exposing your left shoulder too much. If you get hit and get on this elbow a lot, that means that you got your elbow stuck way out while you're shooting. These are things that you can teach yourself as long as you've got a book that you can kind of go back to and reference to see how often that you're getting hit. And also, if you think you're doing poorly, you're probably going to do poorly. That's also a part of the visualization techniques. You need to visualize yourself doing well. I know it becomes sort of a self-fulfilling prophecy thing, but if you think you're going to fail, you're probably going to fail. If you think you're going to succeed, yeah, I know, I sound like one of those motivational tape guys, don't I? Yes! Ugh! But the point is, you want to put your mind in a place where you know you're going to do well. Even if you don't perform that well on the field, you want to put your mind in a place that you know you're going to do well. Same as it ever was, same as it ever was. This is not my beautiful house. Now we get to the fun stuff, and that is being able to visualize on the field of play. For example, I'm behind this bunker right here. Now my options are I can move forward to that steamroller, I can move out to the side and flank along the snake, I can yell at some of my teammates in order to get them to move up for me, Or I can come out the other side of the bunker and try to surprise him over here. Now all these are options that I can do, but in the end I have to choose one of them. Quickly in my mind I can visualize all of the options that are open to me and then choose the one that I think is the best for this given situation. And that's the level of visualization that you want to get yourself to. You want to be able to visualize on the field what you can do, and that will give you somewhat of an edge. So I can already hear a lot of people saying, so well Tiger, where's the payoff? I mean, where do I start getting better? Well, it doesn't start immediately. It's kind of like everything else. You need to build up the skill and you need to get better at it. And it doesn't come overnight. These kind of things just take time. Visualization techniques do not happen overnight. You're not going to be able to just wake up tomorrow morning and be able to visualize your favorite speedball field. Although most of you guys probably could do that right now. But over time, you're going to be able to do that. You're going to be sitting in the parking lot, cleaning your gear off, thinking, wow, that was a really dumb thing for me to do. I should have just moved up to the first bunker there and shot to the guy in the center. Or, gosh, I should have talked to this guy, or I should have done that. That is the visualization techniques, that you can see what you did wrong, and you can see the alternatives to what you could have done. Once you can do that, it's just a matter of translating that into practical experience. And it's a matter of learning something from a game that you won or lost, and then applying it to a later game. These are the kinds of things that help give you some perspective on the experience that you've had. Just remember that you want to learn something from every game that you play. Even the games that go horribly right, they can teach you just as much as the games that go horribly wrong. But as long as you're honest with yourself, you'll go pretty far. Later.